Hi, I'm Carson Malecki, lemur owner.
So my name is Linda, and I have 3 lemurs, and we all live together in somewhat harmony. I worked at a small zoo about 12 years ago, and the lemurs that we had there had a baby, and the mother, she didn't want to have anything to do with it, so we ended up going in and taking care of the baby, and the baby bonded to me a lot. So that's kind of how I started in the lemur process. My favorite thing about having the lemurs is the constant companionship and the constant 365 days a year of caring for them.
I was about 10 years old when we first got the lemurs.
So initially when I first brought the lemurs home, I have 2 kids and a husband, and living with our first lemur was great. A lot of fun. Everybody wanted to play with them, super friendly, and life was great.
Growing up with lemurs was interesting. It's like almost having a baby brother, but that can jump off the walls and pull your hair and get into things.
Once he reached maturity, which was 2 years old, everything completely changed. When they become adults, their job is to protect their territory, and that's what they do. And because our lemurs were raised with humans, they just assume humans are part of the lemur troop. And so their job is now to protect our territory, which was our home, from anybody who would come in the house. So after we realized that that was happening, it was kind of like make this decision where we either continue on with this journey or be done with it. And I felt like I took on this responsibility for the lemurs, and so that's why we're seeing it through. That's how they respond. They've changed my family's life 100%. Life after lemurs, I wouldn't recommend it to anybody. I mean, in the beginning when I first had them, it was like, oh, this is great. And then they change. And they're nice and sweet for 2 years. And once they change, there's nothing you can do about it. So for my family, once my kids got older, the novelty of a lemur wore off, and they didn't want to play with them anymore. And when you stop interacting with them, that's when they feel as though you have left the troop and you're no longer wanted. They started kind of going after my oldest son, and because we knew the signs, we knew that we couldn't let them out when my older son was around. So he moved out. As my younger son got older, the same thing happened. They did not want him part of the troop anymore either. They have an incredible bond. So if I would leave for a week to go on vacation and I came back, they would assume I abandoned them and I would not be welcome in their troop anymore. So there's no vacations, no weekends away. But I'm okay with that because, again, I took on that responsibility, so I'm in it. So we have kind of designed our new house to where it's basically cut in half. And if you're on one side, you can't get to the other side where the lemurs are. It's extremely secure. Loki, and the other side is for Kiko. And again, branches. They love being up high. So this is kind of how we live now. Anywhere you can enter a room, there's going to be a door there with a lock. Some of the succulents they do eat, which I grow for them. When we're in the house with the lemurs, they usually wear a diaper if they're anywhere other than their room. They have to have somewhere that's theirs. They have to have somewhere safe.
So lemurs are an awful pet for a couple reasons.
To begin with, they need attention 24 hours a day. Or if you are bringing one in your home, you better be prepared to give up all your time for them.
They'll ruin the house. No pictures or picture frames unless they're screwed into the walls.
Most people that want to get a lemur for a pet, they work all day long. And so they put their lemur in a cage and go to work and come home and expect to find a loving animal, and that's not what's going to happen. Eventually, that lemur is going to be angry that you leave every single day, you leave them alone. They're not meant to be alone. Which is why we have multiples, because we want the lemurs to grow up with lemurs.
They're definitely not a, like I was saying before, not an animal that is a very good pet. It's more of a actual companion that you kind of need to be around all the time, like a baby, but until they're 30. Me and my mom took Kiko, our oldest lemur, to Kansas for a monkey party. Exactly what it sounds like.